Hello, T3 Plays here. What we're going to be showcasing is how to take on the expert solo battles for Celestial Guardians. And in this matchup, we're going to use Dark Pokemon against Grass. So we're weak to Grass. So we're going to showcase how you can take this on. And even better, what we're going to do is use only 3-star and below. And hopefully this helps you understand how you can take it on, because you don't have to put that kind of restriction on yourself. So we're going to show you can still do it even using basic Pokemon that anyone can get, free to play players. So we're going to showcase how you can do it. So obviously this is one method. You can use what we're trying and then use it on whatever Pokemon you have, but you can see there's always some level of strategy. You have to try multiple times, and obviously you can use stronger Pokemon. You can use EX Pokemon, but we're not using any of those. We're not even using those promo cards that are amazing, like the Poison Ekans. I really like that one, but we're not using that. So as long as you can get up quick, fast, you can do some heavy damage. So we already got an Arbok, so we don't want to lose it. So they've already poisoned, and now we can just start evolving. Everything else on our backline. We've got the Rattata. We can go into the Raticate, and they're already poisoned. So I don't mind who they hit. But next turn, I'm hitting them for 60, and I'm taking them out. And I've got something ready in my backline to do some damage. It's got a poison barb on it to poison them. I didn't have to use my Guzma to take off the Leaf Cape. And then they're pretty much done unless they evolve, and they do evolve. They're gonna hit us, they're gonna be poisoned, so that they're gonna go down to 70. So eventually they're going down as well. And they can't really do too much damage on us because they only do 20 to all the Pokemon. So you can see we've made it tougher for ourselves by only using, 3 diamond and below Pokemon. They're just healing up for the sake of it, but it's inevitable. We take them out, they're still poisoned. And hopefully this helps you on your journey to collect some of these pack hourglasses so you can open more of the new set Extra Dimensional Crisis. So through completing all these solo battles for the first time, you get a ton of hourglasses. We'll see how much we get, but obviously they stack up, because you get, in the beginners you get some, in the intermediate, in the expert, in the advanced. You can see I've completed majority of the battles. Remember, these are expert solo battles. These are experts, so we get 7 hourglasses, and you get hourglasses for every single battle. So you have 8 in expert, you have a ton in advanced, basic. See, so make sure you do these battles and rack up those hourglasses. And here's the deck list. So next up, we're taking on a Incineroar EX and Moltres EX deck. And once again, we're going to use Grass Pokemon. We're weak to fire. And we put on our extra limitation on ourselves that we're only going to use 3 diamond rarity and below, just to showcase how anyone and everyone can take this on as long as you use the correct Pokemon. Obviously, Meowscarada is the perfect Pokemon because it can hit for 130 on those EX Pokemon. Doesn't matter if I'm weak, as long as I can get my shot off first, I can do damage. And this is like the perfect start for us, because they have to build the one at the front. They don't have any energy, so it's basically a free win for us. We can stall it out if we want, because just in case they have a leaf, but they're powering the back line, showing okay, they're gonna leave that in there, they're gonna sacrifice it. So we get our first free win. We can use that to stall, but luckily we got both of Meowscaradas up, because we got rare candy for the second one, we've slow built the first one, and we've got energy on the back one, so we're kind of ready. So when we take them out, both of them are ready, and hopefully we can start. Well, we're gonna have all our Pokemon by then. They're going to the Torracat, but they don't have the Incineroar yet. We can heal up. So obviously with some of these battles, this was the first time we're taking it on, but in some of these battles you will have to do it multiple times, because remember, it's meant to be hard. It's expert solo battles, so you're gonna have to do multiple tries, because you're weak to fire. They do extra damage. It's gonna be hard, and you don't have to put this restriction on yourself. You can use the EX Pokemon, you can use a Celebi, whatever you've got that's strong that can take them on, as long as you can get them up quick and fast. So they put a Moltres EX in, and we do 130 on them. They're going to use that to start building the back line. I'm not deterred with this Rocky Helmet, I'm just going to attack. I just need to get 2 attacks on them. So it's already scary. They got a lot of energy ready now. At one point, me taking out this Moltres is a big deal. Yep, I take Rocky Helmet damage. Like, if the Incineroar is up and running, it can do huge damage to us. So this is where they made a mistake, because they should have put energy on the Moltres. They had a chance, right? And now that means I take it out. I don't even have to evolve out. I take out this Moltres, and that's 2 points. So that's 3 points done first time trying. And that's how easy you can make it for yourself. And collect those hourglasses. We're stacking them up against all odds. And then you got your new set coming out as well. Then you do a ton of those, and then you get even more hourglasses. You can see the rest of the ones will be easy enough. And now there's the deck list. Try it out for yourself and let me know how it goes. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah. We are now going against a Crabominable EX and a Primarina deck. Crabominable, super hard to say. It's a tongue twister. So, yep, again, we're using a fire deck, 3 diamond rarity and below, and this was a very hard match because the Crabominable is super tough. Can get online very quick. First turn, their first proper turn of attacking, and they can do 60 damage on us, and then it can start doing 100 damage on us. So it's really rough on us. So we need to have a way to take it out. The Turtonator, if we can get a Kiawe up online, is pretty decent, as well as it can tank a first hit. But our main way to win is the smokescreen ability on the Magmortar, because it stalls them out. And one thing I realized during battle, if we get a smokescreen up and it works, it resets their attacking ability, because they need to do it continuously. So we don't have to use the Sabrina to reset their ability. So which is what I'm doing now. So right now when they come back in, they only do 60 damage instead of 100. And if I can get a smokescreen up, that resets it as well. So they're going to get the first attack on, do 60, and I'll heal up to get it out of range. And I use the Ponyta Rapidash line because it doesn't require a lot of energy, and I have the option of going to the other Rapidash. We can potentially do, I think, is it 100? Yeah, so can do a lot of damage using 2 energy, using a Blaine. So they miss, so we needed that heads. And also at the same time, I'm going to build up the one at the back. So now I'm going to be out of range for them to one-shot me. They don't have anything else on the back line, but it doesn't matter. They can't switch out because, well, they could have switched out, but they thought the win's there. And now it's an easy win for us. So, well, not an easy win because this took a lot of tries. I'm telling you, this, out of all the expert solo battles, this one took the longest because of how tough that Crabominable is. And if you get the Primarina set up, it's undefeatable because you can heal for 30. And imagine if they got 2 up, they can heal for 60. That is crazy. And it's a tanky boy. And if they got Iridas, then it's impossible. So let's show you, yeah, we completed all the tough ones. So next up are kind of easy ones. You can just use what they're weak against and complete them. And now we have the deck list, so check it out and see how you do with it. We face a Alolan Raichu EX and an Oricorio deck. And once again, we're using water Pokemon because that's what he asked us to do, and we use 3 diamond rarity and below. But one thing you can do with this is, instead of using straight up water Pokemon, you need to get the water Pokemon that are actually ice, because ice aren't weak to electric. And another thing that you're going to realize with this deck list that I've created is this Sandslash, even though it only hits for 20, the damage recoil is huge. And if you got a Rocky Helmet on, if they attack us, they take 60 damage, and that is amazing because you can kind of one-shot all of these Pokemon, like, because you hit them for 20 and they take 60 back. You're doing 80 damage in total, and that's crazy. And literally, we're going to take all of these unless they put a cape on this, which they're unlikely to do. And we've also put the Luminon in because it can do, 50 damage isn't bad, and the ability of Finion in being able to stall. But our main way of winning is the Alolan Sand Slash because of that damage recoil. It's huge. So if you don't have the Alolan Sand Slash, make sure you get it, and make sure you. I'm hoping you try to get it from the Alolan Ninetales event. I'm pretty sure that was part of it. So it's a really good Pokemon, and obviously they use the Oricorio in case you use EX Pokemon, but obviously we're not. So we take them out. They attack us. They take a lot of damage. Doesn't matter. You go into that. Go on, take this one. You still take some damage, and eventually I'll get my Sand Slash out. Either way, and take you out. I use a Professor's Research, Pokeball, Sand Slash. There it is. So I'll hit them. Put the Finion on just in case they do something funky. Yeah, I'll attack them. They're down to 10. They can, if they attack, they die. They can rotate into. Well, if they go into the Raichu, they don't have the energy ready yet. Well, not until next turn. If they attack with the Oricorio, they take 60 damage, and then I can just one-shot them with any of my Pokemon, because I've got the evolution for Finion. I'll go to it. And I also got my Pyukumuka, another one. If they take it out, they take 50 damage. I Cyrus them out, because that's the one that did damage to me. Take that. Yeah, so we had various ways to win. They only had 1 point. And that's how you take out the Alolan Raichu EX using water Pokemon, by focusing on using ice Pokemon. And that Alolan Sandslash is amazing. So here's the deck list. Check it out. We face a Lunala EX and Giratina EX deck, and once again, what we're using fighting Pokemon. So one of the key things is, just like with the water deck where we use ice, we use Pokemon that are weak to grass. And one of the amazing Pokemon that came out from the last set is that Lycanroc. That Lycanroc that can hit for 100 for those that have HP more than itself, which is amazing. But what we realize here is, right now, we can get quick attacks off by just going straight into the Sudowoodo. The Sudowoodo can start doing 50 damage, and it's kind of equivalent of the damage that Lycanroc can eventually do. But I want to keep that Lycanroc for the latter stages, because this Sudowoodo is good for EX Pokemon, and I just want to put that initial damage on it, just so they feel some pressure and hopefully leaf out. That's my main intention, that they leaf out. It's unlikely they'll do it, but let's see, because we'll take them down to 50. If they attack us, they go down to 30, and then it's my Lycanroc can easily take it out. Then I can even try and set up my second Lycanroc. So yeah, they sacrifice their Giratina, and they don't have the other Giratina ready. So we take them out, and they can't attack with any Pokemon yet, because they need minimum 3 to even attack with, like the Lunala. So we've got 2 points. They've got a single point. Okay, and they've got Capon. They take him up to 200, which is huge. So we get a Sabrina, and we're going to use a Sabrina because I'd rather hit the other Pokemon, because they're closer in range. And if your Giratina retreats out, they lose 2 energy that they need. So they're kind of going to be forced to attack. Then they're down to like 20 HP, which is in range for our Marshadow to even take out. So our Marshadow is already ready, has 1 energy on it already. And so that's an easy win for us. So that Marshadow coming in clutch, doing 100 damage. So we would have even taken out the Lunala as well, but it's just to be safe. And that's how you win against Lunala EX and Giratina EX, using fighting Pokemon. So make sure you use Pokemon that aren't weak to Psychic. And here's the deck list. Make sure you check it out and let me know how you do. So this time we face a Passimian EX and Lucario EX deck, and what are they strong against? Exactly, Lightning Pokemon. And you know what we're gonna do against EX Pokemon? We're gonna run the Oricorio. So if they evolve the Lucario to Lucario EX, they can't do any damage. So we're trying to get both our Oricorios up. So if they try and Sabrina us, we're protected. They can't take it out. So we start building up our Oricorio, start attacking with it, and then also build our Togedemaru, our Pawmots up, just so we can, have other options where we can attack with them without risking our Oricorio. Yep. So they're gonna. So we've previously played with like the AI where they don't understand what Oricorio does and they start attacking it. I'm guessing they've improved it now where they know the Passimian can't do anything. So they'll attack us, they'll take some damage, but that allows us to knock it out, and that's one Pokemon that they have in their arsenal that they can't use against our Oricorio, because next will come in the Passimian, and the Passimian can't do anything, and they'll need time to power up, and that gives us time to build as well. And our Togedemaru has its Sophocles ready, so we can do, what is it? We can do like 80. Yeah, we can do 80, which is still a decent chunk. Yep, they got the Riolu, and we're evolving away, and we're powering up our Oricorio at the backline as well in case the Sabrina is ready to attack and we're not just stuck. And don't mind taking hits off this Passimian, the Rocky Helmet. I want to end it quick, so I'm like, look, I don't even mind hitting it once more, even if they go into the Riolu and attacking it. I'm not too fast, because I'll eventually take out the Riolu, and then I've got another Oricorio ready. Usually what I'd do is I'd protect it. I'd trade it out, put the other Oricorio in, and just rotate until you can heal them up, but I think it's easy enough. There's only so much they can do, and I can guarantee I can take out this Riolu. I don't even need to flip a coin because I've got Sophocles, which increases my damage output. Obviously, you can play a safer strategy as well. So say they'll bring in the Passimian and they can't even attack yet. So I can go in, attack with this Passimian, I can attack with the Pawmot, I can attack with the Oricorio, and I win because I only need to hit them before 50. And that's job done. And that's another 2 points. Gives us 4 points. Yeah, you can pass off your energy, but it's too late, brother. You're gone. And that is how you take down a fighting deck with a lightning deck. And here is the deck list. Check it out and see how you get on. Now we're up against a Alolan Muk and a Toxapex deck. And obviously we're using Psychic Pokemon because we're weak to Dark. And as before, we're using 3 diamonds and below just to put that extra restriction on ourselves to make it harder, just to prove that you can take this on. You don't even have to put that restriction on because you could just use any Psychic Pokemon, a strong one, Giratina, EXs. We're not using that and showcasing. You can do it even without using EXs. Obviously, this one will take a couple of tries because you want to focus, because we know Ghastly is done. There's no point saving it, so we're putting energy on the backline one just in case we're able to get the Gengar out. Otherwise, we just start putting our Tapu Lele in, or we can put our Oricorio in and take out this in one shot because it's basically acts like a Marshadow. We take it out. Yeah, we get poison, but we retreat cross is easy enough. We put it in the back line. Then if we lose another Pokemon, we can hit for a 70 again. Because what we have is our Tapu Lele, and our Tapu Lele hits pretty hard. Okay, they're not even putting energy on this Muk. Because what we would have done is gone into the Tapu Lele and start hitting them for 40, and then keep doing that, and then bring in our Oricorio. But they're not doing that. So we're going to just attack this Muk, see what they do. Okay, they put a poison barb on it, but we have a Guzma. So we have a rare candy. Our backline is set up. We're going to still ping away. And let's see what they do. They're going to attack us, but they don't take us out. So we have to make sure we wake up. And this seals it for us because we hit them for 60 and then they're just in range for either of our Pokemon to take them out, because they can't put us to sleep or anything because they'll knock us out. But we're just going for it. We're going on the defensive. We could have just hit them for 60, let them attack us, then we take them out. But we're gonna try and put them to sleep, and then it guarantees our win. And even if they wake up, that they have to make sure they get something. So we had options, but we took a more riskier route, more aggressive route. Okay, they want to take out this Tapu Lily, which is fine by me, because that means my Gengar has a chance now to take him out. This kind of sealed the loss for them. They should have tried to do something on the Gengar to lock it in, and then gives them a chance to heal up and get away. And we take it out, and we had various options to be able to take it out, and that's how you defeat an Alolan Muk deck using Psychic Pokemon. Here you go. You can check out the deck and let me know how it goes. So this is the final expert battle for Celestial Guardian. So remember, obviously, the whole point of this is to collect those pack hourglasses so you can open a ton of new packs from the new collection. So extra dimensional crisis. So obviously we're going against a Solgaleo. So what we want to use is, they want us to use water Pokemon. They kind of want us to use ice Pokemon because that's weak to metal, but we don't use ice. We use water, and we're using, if I only have one Pikumuku, if I had two, I'd use two. So we're using Pokemon that requires low energy, that can attack pretty quick, even by evolving, and then we get in our origin form Palkia. So obviously, like before, we're putting the restriction on ourselves to make it harder, just to prove that anyone can do it by using EX Pokemon, but we're not even using EX Pokemon. So they want to trade in. They don't want to attack this and take Rocky Helmet damage, but I'm not too fast. I've got my evolution. I can start attacking for 50 and take it out. And now I'm still, in the front seat. They don't have energy on the Cosmog. I can start building up my origin form Palkia. And I know even if they evolve at some point, I can do 50 damage to them. Then put my Pikumuku in, and then take 70 damage, bring them down low enough for me to do a lot of damage with our origin form. And I'm hoping I don't even have to flip a coin to take him out. So we've done 70 damage already. They don't even have a point yet. They heal up, which isn't great, but it's still within our range. We'll go into our Pikumuku, let them attack it and take it out. In case they Sabrina, so I'm going to put a cape on that origin form Palkia so they can't take it out in one hit. And then I can even, withdraw into the Pikumuku, let them attack it, bring them down again. But I'm guessing they don't have that Sabrina. So this is literally what they're down to now. If it's 60, yeah, this is job done. So now they're in range. One shot with that Palkia. Don't even need to coin flip. And it's as easy as that. And we get the coin flip when we don't need it, so we do 120 on them anyway. And that is how you defeat a metal deck using a water deck. And next up you can see the deck list, so try it yourself. And obviously the rest of the missions are pretty easy enough that you can complete. So make sure you try it yourself, collect those hourglasses, and make sure you like, make sure you comment, and check out my other socials. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.